going on, everybody? I hope the levels of the music are all right. I just have to have something on in the background, or else I get annoyed by my own voice. But anyway, what's happening, everybody? Thanks for coming around. We're gonna have a little bit of a session, Quant Trading App introduction, and a little about market talk, of course. And you know, everyone always wants to talk about, you know, the big ones, the Tesla, the NVDA, and stuff like that. Of course, we're gonna go over that. But mainly, I invited some people here that have been using Quant Trading App. I was kind of last minute. Want to see how they use it, and hopefully we'll answer some questions, and maybe a couple of guests I was trying to get on, but again, last minute. This is mainly for a few people that really had some questions about how to really use it or how to use it correctly. Neil's in the house. Neil is one of I call him a fish to water. He picked up Quant Trading App like that, and has been sharing his experiences with everyone in the trading group that I'm in with him and some others. So I hope everyone found their way here okay, didn't hit any traffic. I'm trying a new camera angle, a more framed one. The other one was a little far back, and I had a lot of questions about stuff that was in my room rather than just stocks. So hopefully this will be like blinders on a horse to keep him steady. So Tesla had a very interesting day today. I think that's one that is on everyone's talking points today. Real quick, we opened almost where we closed yesterday. Yesterday we had a hump up, and then today we had a dip down. Interesting dip, kind of came out of nowhere. A lot of people were, some people were calling it manipulation, and I'm not one to debunk anything if I don't have proof that it wasn't. But we did have a really big, I call it a screaming down angle right here, and it happened really strong and really, really fast. And then we actually had a recovery, which was almost as strong and almost as fast. So creating just about a perfect V with a little bit of consolidation down here. But the interesting part is it broke a trend that I've had for a long time on Tesla, which was a long time, meaning a couple weeks. Maybe this would be better to do it like this. Yeah, this white line up here, touched back. It was broken a couple times. Every time it broke, it came screaming back in. So this one is another V bottom here, broke it, came back in. And then again today, I'm sorry for all the lines. Like I said, I should have cleaned up before I was expecting company, but this is kind of last minute. I just got out of the hospital yesterday, and some of you know, so thank you for your concerns. And just want to check in. Like, anybody here, just say hello. Keep, let's see who's here. And keep in mind that there's a lot of bots that are going around, especially tracking Quant Trading App and its creator, Bryant. And as you know, anyone that's in Quant Trading App, there's a lot of imposters, a lot of fakes, a lot of scammers. Why? Because people trust in Bryant, and they get a message from Bryant saying, hey, I want you to sign up for this. It'll be a lot easier than random Joe Smith saying, hey, sign up for this. So just be careful. Keep in mind, Bryant always says he doesn't do direct messages. There are other ways for him to reach out to you if need be. Like one of us in the Quant Trading moderator app usernames, it'll be a different color. You'll know that's legit. But you know, stay vigilant. See something, say something. Thank you everyone for reporting the scammers. But anyway, moving back, I should say, to Tesla. We broke out of that trend again. Didn't even wait for the next day to come back up. Right in the same day, we came right back. But we could be retesting the trend. When I say retesting, it's not 100% bounce off this. Retesting is just that. It's a test. It could hold or it could fail. We could go back in the trend, or tomorrow we could see a back down movement. So let me get a sip of this tea. Is probably still too hot. Let me get some Gatorade. I should have picked up another one before I started. Anyway, what the market is ups and downs. Everyone wants to know, are we going to go up today, or are we going to go down? And when we say, are we going to go up, usually they're talking about the market itself, which would be the SPY. And the SPY, for anyone watching this that isn't really up on it, it's basically, it tracks the S&P 500, which is now, I think, more of a barometer than the Dow Jones used to be. You know, you tune into the news, they say the Dow was up 210 points today. which is like a blip, but it sounds a lot more when you say 210. But anyone who trades follows the SPY. And when they say, are we going up or are we going down, they mean the SPY and the market as a whole, not a particular stock. So it's basically a coin flip. It's 50-50. Is it going to land on heads or is it going to land on tails? And then one in a gazillionth chance it lands on its edge, then you know we're in an alternate universe and this is just a matrix. But we have to get an edge on this 50-50. I keep looking where the camera used to be, so if I'm looking up, that's why. We have to get an edge in the 50-50. And how do we do that? We can use tools. We can use experience. We can use indicators. We can use charting, trend lines, levels, and historic data. Historic data seems to be the one that is mostly overlooked, just because it's the hardest to understand. It's hard to see a chart. I'll pull up some data that's available on the site, but it's hard to see a full list of data and try to compute that into which direction this what we're looking at here is just, it's bars and it's candlesticks, but what we're really looking at is human behavior. Okay, again, I keep looking up there. I apologize. I'll get it. We're looking at human behavior. So it's not necessarily attached to whether Tesla didn't announce today, or maybe they did, but even if they announced that we're shutting down 2 gigafactories or whatever, we can still watch the charts. We don't have to read the news to know that we're tanking, really. And I hate to use that word sometimes, but this was a legitimate excuse to use the word tanking. So why did it happen? That's the question everyone wants to know. We can always look that up later, but we want to get an edge to find out where is it going, where the next levels are. We can see that in historic data and options data. There's theories, and I believe in them, is that the options chain, which is, you could see here, and we'll put calls and puts up, this actually theories that drive the market. So when there are heavy interest one way and low interest another way, it's like the weather. The hot air blows into the cold, and you know you get wind. We get winds. We get pattern changes. We get that, and this is a way to predict the weather of the stock market. I shouldn't say predict. I hate using that word, but it's a way to get an edge. And to get an edge, we compare the data, but we have to. So instead of looking at just data like sets of numbers and strikes and whatever, we actually create, or Quant Trading App has a table. This one happens to be the SPY, the volume chart, and as you get into it, you can learn what all these means. What we really want to look at is the absolute GEX and the max pain. We're going to start off using those two. These two are the number 1 and 2 most looked at data points. But before we get exactly into that, imagine getting these levels here created from the Quant Trading App, imported to your Thinkorswim or your TradingView. Every morning you get the intraday levels, and every week you get or every Sunday night you get the intra-week levels. So imagine getting these levels sent to your chart, and you can draw lines just like you can on your regular chart, but you'll have these levels behind it. So this is one of the attractions of Quant Trading App, that you can still use your own charts, but now you have these levels behind it. So now you have more information on top of your own information. And having confluence and having confirmation for me is paramount. I don't just confirm. I don't see something. I'm just like, this is the tool. This is the tool to use. This is 100%. I always confirm it with something else. So if I see something here, I'll go back and I'll look in my charts and my indicators and see how this matches up, how this will play out. Let's get back to the SPY. So this is really another tool to add to your toolbox. So I'm not saying cancel all your other subscriptions. This is the only thing you'll need, but this is one of the best, really the best that I've seen. And those of you that know me know that I just scour the internet and fly into Discords and see if what the people are there, are they legit, or are they just there to get other people's money. And when I see someone who is providing something of value, I tend to get magnetized toward that, and I'm sure you guys too do also. So when I use this volume chart here, it's easily confirmed with another one of the tools that are on the site, and this is part of the Discord, and I'll bring that up on another screen, when you join Quant Trading App, you also get access to the Discord. And this Discord is a little unlike any others, right? And oh, sorry, this is that was the private channel, but this is what you'll get when you sign up, and there's more tools here. So this is one of my favorites. It uses the option data to create these charts, and this is a feed. This is a live feed. It comes in every 15 minutes, as you can see here on the 11:45, 12 p.m. because things change throughout the day. And let's just go to the most recent one, and then we can backtrack and see where everything went wrong. For a lot of stocks, SPY, NVDA all took a hit. And hold on 1 minute, that is my doctor. Let me just see if it's just about. How about 7 p.m. tonight, if you guys are available? Okay, how about tomorrow at 10 a.m.? Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Can you make it 1 p.m.? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Hold on. Really apologize for that guy. That was guys, that was important. I just was released from the hospital yesterday, and they're just following up with my medications. And thank you for your patience on that. And so where were we? So these tools that are in the Discord are invaluable to me. So there is a place to chat with other members. That's in gold chat. People post setups here, what they're looking at in charts, and everyone has. Sometimes there are a few people that actually have their own data tools, and they share that. So if you guys are working on spreadsheets of your own and trying to configure how to use historical data, this is a good place for it. There's so much historical data that I'll touch on for just a little bit. I don't want to get too into it because it's very extensive. But getting back to what I do. When I see that first chart with the volume, and pull that back over. So let's say we begin the day, and we did begin the day at a level. I was waiting the whole time to see a direction. And just like other levels, when you see a break from a level and you're not so confident about it, I wait. And this is what Brian taught me that he does too. You wait, and you wait for a retest of that level or the VWAP. And the VWAP, as we've all used before, is on the daily. It's based on the daily volume. The bonus that is another level of tools that QTA has in its repertoire is the 2-day VWAP. And we'll get into that. Let's see right here. Where can we get it? It is charts, quant level. So as this loads up, you're going to see a 2-day VWAP that uses the day before and today. This has become one of my favorite tools because it's a strong level. And when you see a breakaway from it and it comes back and tests it, that is, I mean, 90% of the time I take that opportunity and run with it. So as it tests here, it comes screaming down and it's headed to the next level that we have marked out down here. And again, you'll get these every day in your own charts. But if you don't use any of those, you can just come here to the website and use this tool. And this would be your target to get out. If you didn't get out here, it comes back and tests again, and finally we have it here. Now, a lot of people think that, okay, once, you know, you're gonna use this level as a hard line in the sand, like we're gonna bounce there. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it goes past it. And look what happened when it went past it. When it goes past it, comes back and tests it again, and then goes screaming down to another level. Now we're headed to the 2 sigma level. This is one of the outlying levels that are in the QTA universe. 2 sigma is a theory and an investing tool that is used by the 2 sigma hedge fund in New York City. And this level, when it's reached, you can almost, I'm not even gonna joke around and say that's the farm, but you can really get a really good, a confident feeling that we're gonna have a hard bounce off of this level. And it happened recently with Tesla. And you can, there's another cool thing about this, you can always go back and back test everything that happened and say, well, I wonder what happened when so-and-so was, Tesla took that dive one day and, you know, we wanted to find out what happened with it. We can do it. So right here, you would go to, right here, you would check that. And these are some of the stocks that are in the QTA universe. These are all the top ones that are in there. There's plenty more, but just for this type of chart, this is what's available. So we'll go to Tesla for today, since we touched on that to begin with. And I came from the school at Morgan Stanley when I was in there and I picked the brains of all the traders and the analysts. I'm from charting, the levels, everything like that, and it's great to have those tools in our toolbox, but you don't necessarily need them. If you've had trouble learning charts before in the past, and you really just can't get the levels and understand it, you don't have to have that. It's not a prerequisite. That's really what I should say. You can start just looking at these charts right here. So what we talked about, the 2-day VWAP and the other VWAP, that's the first lesson that you could teach, is the break of it and a retest. So we have a break of it, not so much the retest failed here, another break of it, and then here, it came back, it retested. This would be an entry for a short position. And when I say a short position, I never mean actually shorting a stock outright. That is one of the riskier moves in the market that you can do, and I don't even recommend it if you have gobs of money. That's how bankruptcies happen, right? That's how people get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and you could lose pretty much everything plus. That's what it is, because you're on leverage. Anyway, the short positions that I always talk about is basically buying a put, or doing some type of put spread, or selling just above that level. However you feel comfortable is how you should take a short position whenever I say
Hey there,
short.
this is Josh from AK. I hope you're enjoying my music and it's helping to inspire your content. To get all of my tracks and more amazing music on Upbeat, click to upgrade to Premium now.
Gatorade is thirst aid for that deep down body thirst. So let's say we got into a short position here. This would be our next level, the intraday. Here would be a good time to take profits. When we broke that, okay, now we're headed down toward the next level. This one didn't really go all the way down to the next level, but remember, we already took profits here. We're going to be taking profits along this way, and this is where our candlestick and charting comes into play. We can start seeing a reversal pattern here. We have a hammer, and then we have a giant green bar here. This would be a time to exit the position fully. Then we come back up, and then we touch the second VWAP there and come into the finish today right around 239-ish. Now there are ways to kind of shorten that window of where we're going to finish for the day using things like absolute gex. I think on the SPY we have daily max pains. There are different ways that if you guys are into butterflies, I know there's a group that I was in with some of you that focused on the daily iron butterflies. Using this data created here or presented here are one of the best ways to get your daily iron condors or even a daily iron butterfly in. And when speaking to Brian, he was telling me that he loves getting the iron condors for the day. When you see it in the data, you can see, okay, today is going to be a good day for an iron condor. You'll see the tighter levels, you'll see the max pain, you'll see the absolute gex straight across right in the middle. This is where you place one spread here, and with, you know, the grace of the stock market gods, you'll finish within your boundaries. And this gives you a little more of an edge than just hoping and praying to the stock market gods and flipping a coin. So I just realized that music might have been a little too loud. I hope it wasn't interfering with anything, because I have my speakers muted. Oh, well, let's check it in the chat here. Carlos Lopez. Oh, it is a little loud. Shoot, sorry. I had an idea. I just looked down on my levels. Carlos, thank you very much. I'm going to keep this chat up because this is a way to monitor. I'll keep this on another window. Sorry, I had it both on the same, you know, Windows thing. But now we got that settled. Willow Puff, hello. How have you been? Good to see you guys. So we got some old, some veteran faces in here and some new ones that I reached out to that I thought that this would be a good fit for you. And just to give you a little background, my name is, well, everyone calls me Doc. My name is Robert Brian Dennison. The government knows me as Robert. My mother and close family call me Brian. 98% of the world call me Doc. So feel free to call me whatever you guys have been calling me. On the insurance side, you might know me as Robert Dennison. On the stock side, you might know me as your boy Doc. Whatever you're comfortable with, I'm comfortable with, okay? And I'm really not comfortable with this camera angle. Let me see if I can just adjust this. I feel like I'm right in your face. Let's see if, give me a moment here. And then we'll get into actually applying the tool. All right. So you guys let me know if this is better or worse. Like the eye doctor. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? This feels a little more comfortable for me. It's a little further away, and now I know where to look up there. So I hope this is okay for everyone, but this is the way we're going to do it. This is the way it's going to be. Yeah, sorry about the music being loud. That was poor choice for me. Let's get into it. So, that's okay. All right. Carlos, thank you so much for the feedback. That's awesome. So let's get into it. So we're talking about 2 sigmas, right? The 2 sigmas are extreme levels that once reached is a really, really easy bet, I would say. That's the closest way to say it. You can bet on it going the opposite way. So when people are looking for that, we now have a 2 sigma feed. And this is, you can only get this here. This is not something, this might look like a TradyTix feed that you might see on other servers. And by the way, TradyTix is here. If you are used to using TradyTix, it is here under bot requests. You can type in your codes here. So I like to look at the Gex Z, and we'll do it for the SPY. This is what I'm used to, or have been used to using. The strong bars are magnets. The strong red bars are magnets. The greens are support. So here you have the magnet to 426, and then the second magnet to 427. So since we were above here, it's saying that it's going to go down to 426 and then come up to 427. The same concept is used when looking at the SPY 0 DTE, except there's more information. There's much more information. The large bars are magnets, and you can also look at the put and call volume. These are the mountains behind here. And also the absolute Gex. Let me make this a little bigger. Is that better? I can't make it full screen. I'm sorry, because if it does, it starts glitching out for some reason when I share. I think it might be the hardware. I'm going to look into that, but I want to see the numbers on the bottom. There we go. So this was the last one to come in. Came in 345. We closed right at the absolute Gex. Remember when I was saying earlier, if you guys are into iron condors, iron butterflies, you can use the absolute GEX to your advantage. It changes throughout the day based on the incoming data, but you'll get a sense of where it is, and if it does change, you can change your trade accordingly. It sometimes it fluctuates and comes back, but anyway, we'll retrace in time for today and see how that happened. But these two, the max pain and the absolute GEX, are the two indicators, or the two levels that I focused on the most, and how I learned it straight from Bryant. He tells me if these two are aligned, you know, like when the planets are aligned, it's something of interest to watch. So if the absolute GEX, which is the purple, and the max pain, the blue, if these are on the same line in time, and with the large bar, that is a strong magnet, a strong support or resistance, and it could also become a, Jeez Louise. Carlos, what would I do without you, man? Oh, man, I wonder how long I was muted. This is amateur hour happening. I do apologize. Like I said, I did get out of the hospital yesterday. I would be in extreme pain without modern medicine right now. But, I need a drum set. But, yeah, we have fun. You know, I think humility is one of the most overlooked things. If you can't laugh at yourself, and you shouldn't be laughing at anybody, right? So, just to, this is live, yeah. Right, so, I'm not sure where I got muted, but it's good to hear again. The absolute GEX, the purple, and the max pain in the blue, these are two great indicators that you look for throughout the day. The absolute GEX sometimes fluctuates, but we'll go back in time and we'll look and see if it comes back to the same area. So if you're doing iron condors, or if you're doing iron butterflies, absolute GEX, especially daily iron condors and butterflies, on the daily, absolute GEX is where you're going to look, and the large bars and the put and call volume. Same thing you would do is when you look at an option chain. You know, if we pull up a Webull, an option chain here, and you're going to look for the open interest. Let's see, let's get to calls. You're going to look for the open interest where the levels are. Oh, this is for today, so let's go out. Oh, that was for Friday. Sorry. Where is the... Okay, so yeah, you're going to look for the open interest, see where the levels are, and then plan your trade accordingly to it. What QTA does is kind of take all the data, take the options, the interests, the puts, the interest in them, the volume, and the GEX, which is gamma exposure. That would be another lesson to explain. It's called secondary Greeks, which is the gamma, the vana, and the what is the one? Charm. The gamma, the vana, and the charm. That would be a whole other lesson, and you could figure out how a car works, but you don't necessarily need to know in order to drive it. All right? So that's the way I look at it. You're going to look at these levels. When they become aligned together, that's an important level. When the two lines become on the largest GEX level, that's your level. So let's just say, for instance, the spot is where the price is right now. Let's say the spot was down here at 419, just for hypothetical situation. The max pain and the absolute GEX was at 425, and we're down at 419. I would, without thinking, place a call or some calls in the low 420 area, because I know, I'm almost certain that it's going to go to 425, because that's what the data presents. Whether it goes there or not, that's up for the universe to decide. But all we can do is use the data that's presented to us at the time of decision of trade and trade accordingly. You know, you have to go on the side of the odds. You have to go on the side of the odds. You can't go on instinct with the market. You see a lot of Teslas on the road one day. You can't go home and have a gut feeling that Tesla's going to explode because you saw a lot of Teslas on the road today. You can put that in your mind as a data point, and then you read an article that Tesla has outsold every other company, use that as a data point, and collect these data points and apply them. With this, these have collected multiple data points in the technical arena. an arena that a lot of people don't really feel comfortable with, or just don't want to look at it, essentially. This compiles that and puts it into a visual form to understand. So I can show this to a 12-year-old and say, okay, these two lines, when they align, that's an important level. If those two lines should also be on this large red bar, our little ball, which is our current strike, current price action, or current price level, is at 419. The ball is going to roll to that as a magnet. Where do you expect the ball to go? Oh, the ball is going to roll up to 425. Okay, great. Thank you very much, 12-year-old Emily. So Emily decides the ball is going to go that way based on this data from looking at it. We have the two mountains up this area. We have the max pain, the absolute, and the large. We're going to place a call probably around 422. If you're a little more risky, 423. Anywhere along this line, we want the price to go beyond our strike. So when we start out of the money, we come at the money, and then we're in the money, and that's where we collect the money. OTM, ATM, ITM, CTM, right? Out of the money, at the money, in the money, collect the money. That's going in the book. So we're going to see the price action go by us and touch this level, and that's where we close. We got our profit, we're out of the trade, and now we wait for another setup. And keep in mind, you don't have to trade every day. Everyone wakes up 8:30 in the morning. I see everyone do this without fail. They sign on to Discord. What's everybody? What's up? I want to play some calls today. How do you go into that? How do you go into the day like that? It's like being a firefighter and showing up to work and saying, all right, I want to put out a factory fire today. You don't know what the universe is going to give you. Oh, yeah. Tea's perfect temperature. Always hydrate, guys. Hydrate. Very important. Oh, man, that's good. Not that tea hydrates you, but I learned a lot of valuable lessons coming out of the hospital for the maybe 22nd time or something like that. But so now that we stared at this one chart for a little while, we want to go back and understand where we start on a day. And I'm going to do a live trading session one day, I believe, and show how it goes throughout the day. But until that happens, I documented a few days when I was in the hospital. I don't know if anyone here has been in the hospital, but for those that have never been in the hospital, I bet you're thinking like you're just lying in the bed watching TV. People come in, they give you medicine, and you're just resting. And that's what in the hospital is like. It's if anything, the complete opposite of that. I've done more activities in the hospital than I did at home because I'm trying to fit what I have to do, which is normal life and work and things like that, into an arena of constant doctors and nurses coming in. You're signing things, you're talking to experts, you're figuring out your pain regimen with the pain people, and nurses are questioning and diet, nutrition, and learning. It's amazing. So I wanted to trade because I like trading, and I wanted to be sure and confident about it. So I need to look at something, make a decision, and then go on and talk to everyone else I need to talk to. So what I did was document, I think it was one day, it was the 22nd or 21st? It was the 21st. It was the Thursday. So I took some slides here. This is the outcome. I'm not going to show you that first. So after the first move down to this area here, sorry for the this is the best penmanship I could have done with the trackpad that I had. We hit a level, and this is a little zoomed out, but we hit it. We came up a little bit, and we touched it again. This is the second touch, and now we're going. So it's a buy here, and then it would be a sell here. This is the intraday level. This gets sent to you every day. Again, if you don't have Thinkorswim or TradingView, I have them, but I still like coming to the site to look at it because I'm coming to the site anyway to look at the other tools. So we hit the intraday level. This is where we sell. And you're saying, oh, Doc, that's fine that you showed us what you did with the trade, but what about after? So now we come in here, and I realized, okay, we not only hit the intraday, but we reached up and we kind of kissed this other level, and this would be a new trade coming in, and this would be my stop loss. It was my stop loss. I buy, wow. I buy puts right here. And after that, I set targets. Because you never want to enter a trade until you know the exit. I look for an exit before I look for an entry sometimes. So as it's going up here on my first trade, I'm realizing we're going to hit a level and we're going to come back down. There's just a little more time left in the market. I cut off the timeline here, but on the next slide, you'll see the timeline. So as I'm going up here, I'm expecting to hit a level. I'm looking for an exit. Right here is the daily VWAP. And again, the 2-day VWAP is the second, the stronger line. It starts from the previous day and enters into the second day. And look how much that's respected. It's almost like the regular VWAP. It mattered a little bit here, but that strong move off that 2-day VWAP, that 2-day VWAP alone, you could trade with. If you just gave me this 2-day VWAP, that would be a tool worth, $99.99 or whatever the price point is a month, because you can make easily $100 just knowing that we once and then twice tested it. Once you use this, you'll see. The second test of that is amazing. And let me check in. Just want to see if, because I'm waiting on someone to pop in. I'm not sure he is because for certain reasons. Let's just see. All right. By the way, guys, thank you so much for coming. If you like what you're hearing, or if you just want to support, please hit that like button. It really does help out with the algorithms. And this is a small party now. This is going to be, I think, a weekly thing. So if you are in QTA at the moment and you have questions that you can't pick up by words in the chat room, save them for here or email me, and we'll cover them here in this session. We're going to start off once a week and then maybe move it to a couple times a week, or maybe just on demand like today was. Today was on demand. 2 people came up to me and was like, I'm really not grasping how to use it. Can you show us? Right. Bam. So this was on demand, but I think Wednesday is a good day. It's in the middle of the week. We can examine the trades that people did in the first 2 days and then fix them for the rest of the week. So I think it's perfect on a Wednesday. And QTA being one of the tools that I found that I love. There's other tools that do something completely different that we're going to be showcasing. It's not ready yet, but I've seen it, and it's very nice and clean. But like I said, more tools in your toolbox, the better. QTA right now is one of the most simplistic yet complex products that I've seen in a while. So anyway, getting back to how we use it. Pain meds are great. So we have a bounce here, a second bounce on the VWAP. We're going up. Already I'm looking for an exit. Where the exit is, that second day VWAP, that seemed pretty strong to begin with. Why should I think that it goes further than that? It could, but this is target 1. T1, the 2-day VWAP for me. It respected it so far for the past 2 days. Not sure why it would pass it. If it does, this will be the second target. It's the intraday, it's the max pain, and it's the low. This is where the buyers are essentially. So once we dip into this, it's too hot or it's too cold and it comes racing out of it. Same thing with here. It's too hot, it comes racing down. This is where the sellers are. That's how I look at it, and so far so good. T1, T2. Let's fast forward in time. This is the updated one. This has the bars on the bottom, and we'll see if we can get them side by side right here. So we bought puts here. We kind of mangled around the intraday a little bit, came back, tried to almost kiss this level. It's a little lower than that, but it's letting us know that this is a level for it. Whether this one's so strong that it starts down here, whatever the case is, this was a double touch on that level, and now we come screaming down to the second VWAP, and that was it. And I think that's where I took profits, because I don't have a follow-up to the second one. No. That was it, target 1. So we bought here, sold here. As we're coming up, I'm looking at the next trade for the exit of the next trade, because I don't know where the entry is going to be yet. I don't know if we're going to break this level and go a little more, but I was happy with that level from what was it, 260, 270, all the way up to there. And let's see, I took a couple screenshots of the day. This was... No, that's not that one. But I just wanted to show you. So you know what? Here's the full one. So since I was in the hospital, I knew that I was going to be called away for a CAT scan or X-ray or whatever like that. So I traded very small. So it's almost like paper trading, but having some skin in the game. I did one share, one contract of each. The last one, the last move, I got a snapshot of from. Is that the 247 put? Yeah. Anyway, so you could see the earnings right there, and I went out of the money. I went out of the money and closer to in the money. But again, I didn't want to risk that much. I didn't know if I was going to be called away or whatever. So the position, where was the day? Here's the day change, 428, 86, 342. This is the percentages. This is what really you focus on here. The percentages you can use on if I played 100 contracts or just the one. 204% total on the two options, of the average of the two options, 192 and 270. This is just something I didn't take this to really post and brag, but just for this sake of this lesson, to show you when you have confidence of a level and you can play it however you want to play it. You can play it in the money, out of the money like I did, whatever the case is. You use these levels and you trade according to your account size, to your risk level, and what your goals are, what your intentions are. Some people won't take less than 100%. They call it a bagger. Oh, if I'm not making a bagger, I'll let it die. Like they'll let it go from 80% all the way down to 0 and lose on it because they want to win the full pot. Whatever your case is, that's the beauty of this. You can do it. You can trade however you want. You don't have to be. You don't have to. Another thing, when people follow other people, like that's another thing. Hey, can you give me some trades? Okay, yeah. I like NVDA down to 200, but it has to hit 243 first. And if it does go above 243, then I'm in it for 260. There's a lot of information that goes with a trade, and to just put a trade out there, I don't know. I don't really know. I get alerts from SST or STT, whatever that trading service is. I tried a few of them. I just wrote them down. None of them work. None of them work. Some of these are just pump and dumps. I get that, but when you have people trading and saying "follow me," how can you do that? You don't know. You have a different account size, and plus, if you follow one trade and the guy's putting out 10, he's not going to win all 10. So you'll say, "Oh, I placed that one trade and I got burned." This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But if you took all 10, you might have won 7. Anyway, I'd rather teach someone how to fish rather than sell them fish forever. So what I do is I want to teach people to then teach others. So with that, I have started while I was in the hospital, I started a Discord to get everyone in the same place. I have an insurance client. I'm an insurance agent, so I have insurance clients, and I have people that I teach one-on-one. And we're in the middle of trying to nail down a name, but I will drop an invite in here. It's free, and we cover insurance if you're into Medicare, life. Annuities is one of the most misunderstood investment vehicles there are. And, we're preparing for a conference. I was going to try and get all the developers and all the strategists and all the communities in one spot in real time, in the real world. We were going to do it in Phoenix, but that window of 120 degrees kind of passed, so now the hotel rates of 199 is a little, it's a little in the past, but we're going to see if we can set something up maybe in the winter for Chicago or something like that. So let me just get this invite into chat, and this is an invite only, but it's a free Discord. This way you'll be here for any updates, or if you have any questions, if you want to do another demo. Obviously, you can always just sign up for the Discord and stay in the free section for QTA, and I'll get another invite for that. And there's a public chat area, so that would be like getting into like the first few steps of the pool. If you don't want to jump in right away, if you want to maybe get a little more info on it, either one of them or both of them, I recommend both of them is best. They're both free and out there for you. I'm not sure if I can send an invite from it. All right, we'll look into that. But let's dive a little deeper into what happened today with Tesla. This might have been a catalyst move, something kind of maybe probably came out to drive this down. Let's double check first. Oh, okay. Musk said that GM and Ford could go bankrupt because of the UAW demands. I like Elon, but sometimes, I mean, well, a lot of people hang on his words. So people get alerts every time he tweets. And that's amazing. That's amazing that, to me, that one person is now getting alerts for stock market. And I like Elon. Let me just say that. So sometimes what I say kind of comes off like I don't like him, but trust me, I think he's very, very smart and good for the world. Let's get back to quant data. Stay on topic, Doc. So let's say you sign in. Here's what I see when I first sign in. It signs in on the dashboard. And you have a bunch of stocks sitting there. T cures all. So this is your dashboard when you sign in. You'll get the market overview. A lot of people want to know which market's going to be, which sector is going to be hot today, which ones are going to be in trouble. Today, energy, surprise, surprise, is doing very well. And you'll have the tickers down here. These tickers are the more popular ones. We'll have a couple ETFs in here, the Qs, the Russell, the SPY. And let's just say Snap. I think someone was saying Snap. Over to the right, we have these little icons here. Everything is, a lot of things are clickable. So you can click on Snap here. We're going to go to, let's see, we already covered how the charts look like. Let's go look to the open, the high, the low, and the close. This is where data lovers can thrive. This has everything, I think, back to 2020. No, okay, right. It goes back, this is, I remember what Brian said to me, it goes back to 2017, 2018, 2019 in some stocks. But before 2020, it really is night and day. You realize how many people entered the market in 2020? Like, I really wish we can, maybe the numbers are out there. Lots of people. For, not to go over why, but it was a pandemic. Everyone got $2,000. You can't spend it at restaurants. You can't spend it at movies. You can't spend it you can't go to a sporting event. There are no sporting events. You can't even bet on a sporting event because there are no sporting events. So you have all these gamblers, and there's millions and millions and millions of gamblers that really want to put this money and have it work for them. Same concept of, you know, putting a bet on a game. You can place a trade with the educated guess that you have. That's when the stock market became super active. So before 2020, it's going to be different data. So we're trying to train everyone to stay 2021 and above. But with that said, you can choose any month, and then these are the weeks for, what are we in, 2023? Right. Then it gives you all the open, the high, the low, the close. You could sort this however you want. You can sort it from up to down. The 2 signal resistance is, and the 2 signal support, that's a really important, what do you call it? I'm blanking. Important data point. So when you see a 2 sigma touched twice, that's when you pounce on it, because it's a double touch. Like we were saying about the two-day VWAP, you get a double touch, and that's when you have the good trade. Man, I'm sorry, the pain medication is really making me skip words. Cup of tea always helps. Any situation you're in. So we're on Snap, we click on it, and now we can go to the daily levels and see where we're at, just like that. And then from here we can change from Snap, and we want to go to Netflix. We go to Netflix and check out what happened with Netflix today. It's very, everything is clickable, everything. And once you get the idea of the levels, you'll know. So now with Netflix, let's just say if we want to take a trade in Netflix, and Netflix is the only one we're allowed to trade in. We have to place a trade in it. I would think that we've reached a point here where there's going to be some consolidation, because we have this VWAP that has been respected. This is the regular VWAP, been respected, and the 2-day, even hardcore, more respected. But now we're reaching the top levels here and the intraday levels here. I'd be interested in what happens tomorrow. We might consolidate again, and if it's a strong level, then we might be coming down. This would be the first target, and the midpoint here would be the second. I'm not going to go into it until I see a confirmation. What that confirmation is a breakdown and a comeback and a retest. Just like we've been talking about this whole time. We want to see a retest, and then that's the confirmation for me. You can get into it a little earlier, get it on a discount. It's up to you. You can trade however you want. The idea is that we present the information. We don't present the exact trade. We're not trying to sell you fish. We want to, pass this experience on. This data. We want you to fish. We want you to know how to fish, and you make your own money. So, with that being said, there are ways to become a member of the QTA community. There are weekly levels, there are monthly levels, there's an annual level, and there's also a special new 3-year level. And let's see if I can pull up the, let's see. This is the way, this is the dashboard that you'll see when you come on. Again, also if you join and you have other friends that you want to get involved with, you get a certain percentage off every month, up to a certain point, and you can actually have a free membership after that. And that's one of the interesting points about it. We want to get more people involved simply because you want more people equals more eyes, more views, and better understanding of where the market is going based on what your colleagues are doing. Also based on the data. The data is the big point. I really enjoy the community aspect of it, although that's not the intent of QTA. That is one of my high points is communication in the community. So you'll see me absolutely everywhere, and sometimes I talk a lot, and sometimes people don't like it, but that's okay. So this is the ways to join. I'll put a link in the app down in the chat right there. You can try it out for a week, $60. Guarantee you. I mean, if you could pick it up. If you have any questions how to use it, take my email. It's stockdoc2k@gmail.com. I'll put it in here. stockdoc2k@gmail.com. Email me anytime. This is dedicated to all things stocks. Has nothing to do with my insurance clients, so I'm not going to get it mixed up. $60 for a week. You could try it out. $200 a month is usually where everyone starts. You get a free day to try it out. Once you see it, if you understand how to use it, I mean, I can't see not trading with it. With the year, I think is one of the best deals. You get 20% off the monthly package. Then, if you are interested after this level, I really want you guys to try it out first before thinking of this. There is no lifetimes at QTA because we think that's ridiculous. Something could happen to any company you sign up for lifetime. They could go out of business. They give you lifetime options because most of the people that give you the lifetime options, most of those platforms, their turnover rate is under a year. A lot of people don't re-sign past the annual. TTG is a separate entity. They have a lot of recurring members, and I know Mike and Adam. I've been in their platform. I think they're great. It's just another tool in the toolbox. This tool, though, you can trade on your own without the help of a community, which is the intention of QTA. I enjoy the community, however, so that's why you'll see me in there. The monthly $200, I think is a great deal. I made it when I first joined. I made it back in the first 2 days. I made more than the $200. It would have totally paid for it. The 3-year is the most that will go. That's the highest that the creator feels comfortable with, because anything can happen. But when you do the 3-year, you essentially get 2 years. You pay for 2 years, and you get 1 year free, almost just about. It's 45. It works out to like 45, 46% off. That is a terrific plan, but it's not for everyone. Start out the month. I'm telling you, use it. And if you have any problems and you're not using it right, or you're not making money, reach out to me. Reach out to anyone in the gold chat, and we'll get you there. We're gonna do another session like this and explain and get any questions. Especially, actually, right now I have a Zoom I have a Zoom open. If anyone wanted to jump on that Zoom and ask some questions or tell me, or just say where you are having a little bit of trouble, let me know. I'll post the link in the chat. But I want to know who you are first. I don't want a random person to come on and make fun of my voice, make fun of my hair, or whatever. We want to keep this professional. So I have the link to the Zoom. If you want to jump on, ask a question, we can put you up over here. If not, once you get access to this in your first day, just go back, just do back testing and see how much things bounced off of certain levels, and that's it. It's just trading levels. If we're between a level, wait. You just wait until one level is used, and once it's used, meaning once it bounces off of it, or once it breaks it and retests it, that's your entry point, and then you get out at the next level, or you get out when you see a reversal. It's really taken, to me, when I first learned it, I was telling people, I said, it feels like cheating. It really does, because in the hospital, to make a quick glance at these charts, place a trade, and then set your stop loss, and then set your take profit levels, it runs itself, and if you need help learning on that level, that's great. The one thing you do, or I really suggest you learn, is options. Options is what QTA is based around. To do this with shares would be, you need a lot of capital, say, to get close to the earnings that we do with options. And I know there is one person in here that this session was designed for. I hope you're in here. I don't want to say your name unless you are in here. But he focuses more on fundamentals. He finds stocks, and he's great at it. He'll find a stock that I've never heard of, but he'll tell me everything about it and say, I believe in this, and he's more long-term with shares. He also sells puts, too, and I want to get him into the buying side of puts because you can capitalize in the direction a little more. That being said, you need to learn options. If you're having difficulty learning options, give me a shout on the email. We'll set up a course. You can learn options. I can teach you in 5 sessions, right? We can do it in a week. We can do it in a month, 1 session a week, whatever it is. We'll get you to learn options exactly the way that I've been taught by at least 4 different really, really, really good people. And again, I don't want to say their names to promote them or get you a different taste in your mouth with them, but I've learned a lot from a lot of different people over the last 20 years. Starting at Morgan Stanley, the actual people that you see in the movies, those traders, that's exactly what the guys are like, But anyway, learn options, get QTA, collect the money. I mean, it's really a simple setup and plan, and I can help you along the way. Again, my email is open. My DMs are always open in the Discord, and I'm always not even just willing, but able, not willing and able, but more than happy to answer any type of questions about pretty much anything. If it doesn't have anything to do with QTA, that's cool. Just hit me up. I will be posting trade ideas in the Discord. Again, keep in mind, this was created 3 days ago, so you guys will be the first ones in there. I don't even have my moderator in there yet. My moderator isn't, I haven't even sent a link to him yet. We're going to be adding different channels. There is a, I'm sure he's in here, Mr. Semi. If you're in here, you can pipe up. He has the insight into an industry that it's so hot right now. It's like Hansel. He's so hot right now. But he has the insight into that, and he's been posting these really like essays, like amazing detailed insight, and it's only been viewed by a small, large, 7 people big group. So I want to get him a channel. I want to get him a space, a pedestal to speak from, and he's going to have his own space in there. If you're interested in NVIDIA and AI and AMD, he's the one to go after. I'm trying to maybe see if we can get him a newsletter. You can subscribe to him that way. But he has so much information that's not being shared, and I think it's a disservice, really. Not only to him, but to the people. I mean, to read his insights are amazing. and he's been right a lot. So we're going to have him in there. And I'm trying to get my other friend in there, the fundamentalist. I want to get him a space, but so far he's just comfortable with the friends. Regardless, we're going to have daily videos. Not like this. It's going to be a little more market oriented. You know, I would like to do it on a Sunday, what we're looking at for the week, and also maybe on Wednesday. We'll have one that has to do with QTA and also a market update. It's good because it's right in the middle of the week. And, you know, we're just going to set the world on fire. And we have tools. We have tools that we're working with. We have QTA, and we have another one I'm not going to mention because he's not ready to put it out there. But once he's ready, we're going to get him on and show how that can work along with other things that we're doing here. Hey, what's up, Locke? Locke is the fundamentalist that I was speaking of. He has great insight to different companies. But, you know, he's new with he does a lot of sells of options. But again, if you need to learn options, hit me up in the email. We'll set you up. We'll get you started right away. But I really want to thank everyone for coming. Again, the Zoom is open. If anyone wants to jump on that and has a question that you can't really type out, hit me up. I'll give you a link. And hey, there is my man. Ron's in the house. I can attest to Doc's options education. I appreciate that, Ron. And there is a way to describe how one-on-one learning is different than signing up for an annual plan, and now you're in a room with 350 people, and they're all racing at the speed of light, and you're like, what's next again? Why are we doing that? We're in, but where's our target? Where do we get out? All these questions that you can't ask in a room, you're never going to learn. You're going to go through that one annual. You're going to learn sometimes a little bit just by being immersed into it, but one-on-one, a tailored experience. So if you have options before, I can pick that up and we can dive into a little more advanced. The point is to get you to a point to give you the experience and the skills to use the tools. So imagine getting hired for a job that has a payloader, right? The payloader can get the job done, but it needs an experienced and skilled driver and user, right? I want to show you how to use the payloader. That's it. And that payloader is QTA. So just to refresh you guys, the link, right. Let's see where that is. All right. So I gave you the link to the Discord in there. Again, remember, it is brand spanking new. 2 days ago, you guys, this is the first link I put out. Again, I haven't even given it to my moderator yet. My man who's going to help me expand it out. That is the link to sign up for Quant Trading. The options are, the monthly gives you, it's $200, and it might sound expensive, but the other places that charge that $200, you're getting live trading. You're getting a guru. You're getting someone that says, all right, get in NVDA right now. All right, get out of NVIDIA right now. You don't know how he came up with it. He might tell you, I'm getting NVIDIA because of this and that, blah, blah, blah. He'll fly by that. This is showing you how to do it yourself. So you could tell other people, hey, you know what? I'm getting NVIDIA right here. I'm getting out right here because of this, because of that. If it doesn't work for you, come to me. I will explain exactly how it's intended to be used and show you how I use it. And I think we're going to do a live trading one day. We have to, right? We have to do a live trading using the tool. And that's what we'll do. We'll showcase it doing a live trading throughout the day. I think that's really the only way. So once you join, I'll have a link up in the channel. I think we're going to have a separate channel. I talked about it with Brian, a separate channel for me, and we're going to put a link up there, and we'll show you exactly how to use it. And again, use that 1 day free to just back test everything, see how Tesla reacted during this and that. Then, once you get real comfortable with it, I suggest you upgrade to the annual or the 3 year. The 3 year is the best. You get 1 year free. But all you do is you go to that site. If you're already a member and you want to upgrade, make sure you're logged out of Discord. So log out of Discord first, then click on that link, and that will take you to the upgrade to savings. You're on the train to the savings town. Hope it doesn't rain on a plane. Mainly. Anyway, so any other questions, please hit me up in chat right there, Or if you're feeling froggy, I have a Zoom open, ready and willing. I had it open in case we had a special guest, but when I spoke to him today, I really don't think he's up for coming in. So Locke has 2 questions. Great, I love Locke's questions. Are the SPY-GEX charts, what are the blue and yellow mountains? Oh, that's the volume. That's the, let me pull it up. I think you're talking about the bar chart. I'm gonna read what else you're saying after I pull this up. I think you're talking about the GEX bars, right? Let's see. Oh, I'll take this opportunity to have some tea. Oh, it's just getting on the cold side now, so it's easy to go down. Oh, now I'm going to be up all night. I'm so sensitive to caffeine, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, definitely live stream. It's been a while since I did a live stream, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, there's Yao. Let's get him in here. How does it go now? How does it go now? Here you go. Just sign up now. We're on. I'm going to tell him he's on. Okay, now getting back to Locke's question. So what Locke is asking about, I think you're asking about these charts, right? Yo, Marcus, what's going on, my man? Marcus is a new friend that I met in one of our servers, one of the servers that I'm in, which is one of the tools that I'm going to be, I'm anxiously waiting to present. It's in a different arena than QTA. They don't compete with one another. Let's get a juicy looking one. So, oh, you know what? There's actually a way to, this might be a good opportunity to check this out. Let me see if this works. There's a way to highlight the data and just look at certain ones. And I think they can do it through the website. And give me a second here to, current week's 5-minute chart. No, that's the levels. All right. Oh, maybe, let's see. So you can access the, no, it's still that. Okay, that would be for the next lesson. There is a way to highlight this data. And what I mean highlight is you can drop off the different ones that you're looking for. But let's just answer this question first before I really get off track. And I'm going to reread it again for anyone that's just coming in. Locke says, Locke asks, I have 2 questions regarding the SPY-GEX chart. This is the SPY, this is the GEX chart. What are the blue and yellow mountains? The blue mountain right here is the call volume, right? And the yellow or orange, depending on your color hue on your TV or monitor, is the put volume. These also act like magnets, and they get drawn to it. This is the GEX measurement, and that's also one of the huge magnets. Lock number 2. Look at the SPY-GEX today at 1315. Oh, I almost had it. We're at 1330. Let's pull up to 1315, and then I'll keep reading. 13. Oh, that would have been awesome if I had the 13. What are we talking about here? SPY 1315. Yeah. No, that's 15. I see. 1330 and 13. Did I miss? Is it 13 or 1330? I don't see a 1315. That's weird. Because you come in every 15 minutes. Let me read the rest of the question and then we'll see. The absolute GEX and MP lined up at 435. We didn't end up at 435, but the spot prices moved toward 435. Did this mean tomorrow it'll move even closer? All right, so let's just go to 13. Oh, I think I understand what you're saying. The absolute GEX, they lined up, but we weren't attracted to it. Am I on the right day? It's 27th, right? 13. I'm not sure where I don't see where they line up, Locke. at 4:35. All right, first let's get into 1330, and we'll open it in browser so I don't have to squint. So this is 1330, and before it, click on the link. Click on this link. Sorry, like I don't see the link. So like I can answer without really seeing it. So we were talking earlier when the absolute GEX and the max pain line up together, that is a strong magnet and a strong resistance and support. And what Locke is saying is that we started moving toward it, right? Let me bring up the big one. This is 1330. So we just started moving, say, toward it. I don't see it at 435. But let's just, hypothetically, it could still happen. Absolute GEX and max pain are right here in the same, taking up the same area. It's moving toward it. It didn't quite get there. Does that mean tomorrow it's going to continue moving toward that? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because the day's data, open interest is gathered, and at the end of the day, it's published, and it's usually available in the morning before market opens. So you'll see a difference, and let's back test it, which is another awesome thing, because everything is here, going back to, like I said, 2019 or whatever. Let's go to September 26th, and the last one we have there, and then we'll compare it to the opening of the next day. So this is 3:15 yesterday, 3:30. Because I know the absolute GEX changes, not only through the day, but from day to day. But the max pain usually stays the same. If it changes, you get an update. So it was at 4:32, and this is the daily max pain, right? The other chart is the weekly. So every day you're going to get new absolute GEX and a new max pain, and obviously new volumes every way. So if you're trying to, I guess your question is, if we're headed toward a good magnet, we don't quite get there, will the story continue tomorrow? Short answer is no, not necessarily. You can use the weekly levels to try and plan out where it's going to go. You can go to the SPY weekly, and maybe this is the chart that you were looking at. Let's see, this has a 1315, but they don't line up. That's yesterday, sorry. All right, we're getting there. So this is 1315 for today. Aha, gotcha. Now I know what Locke was looking at. So Locke was already looking at the weekly, and the spot started moving toward it. We have a huge bar here. We have the absolute GEX and the max pain lined up. That looks pretty nice. That looks like, hey, that should be working for tomorrow. But as you can see, especially in the afternoon, the absolute GEX tends to jump around because lots of people are placing more and more option bets, and option premiums change, and things happen like that. So let's go to the last one of the day. The absolute GEX has come down. The max pain is still the same, but now the GEX has changed. So the GEX now is the highest at 420, and the absolute GEX has the third highest at 430. Max pain is at 435. Okay, I answered your question. Sorry. Locke has known me for a little while to know that I tend to take the long way to an answer, but sometimes, more information is better than less information, right? So thank you for cutting me off, not cutting me off. Thanks for stopping me to answer it. So it's not a guarantee. To look at the weekly charts, it's not a guarantee that we'll continue going there because the data changes every day. That's the short answer. Keep in mind also, people that are in QTA, on Fridays, if you're trading the SPY or the SPX or the Qs, these three will not work on the Friday. You have to go and use the SPY weekly because it resets. So there is the daily of this will just be the weekly, because the weekly ends on the Fridays and then restarts on Monday. So we're going to use the weekly. I hope that makes sense. these are kaput on Friday, and you switch to these weeklies just for that one day. And then also, I've never really got into this as of yet, but this is actually the GEX for the week ahead. And this gets updated a little less frequent, but still, I mean, this is 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. If you're trying to plan a big swing into the week of this week and next, you can compare notes using this. So speaking of what Locke was saying, it was 435, right? The next week, we have the absolute GEX at 430. A lot of people placing options from 420 to 430 in the negative area. This is negative GEX. The red is negative, the green is positive. And also, a common thing that happens is the red negative goes to dark blue, or some can say it's like navy or even black. When it's red, that just means that the negative GEX by expiration is the overall. It's the net GEX. That means there's more negative GEX than there is positive, so it turns red to kind of alert you. If you see it, if it's blue, it just means that it's less than the green. And let's see if there's a, yeah, so here we go here. This is one that has more green or more positive GEX than negative, so the negatives turn blue. That's an indicator right there. So when you have red GEX, that's a sign of the market looking down, looking towards down, because many people are negative on it. And also, what's also cool is you have the Russell, the Tesla, the Apple, the Amazon, Microsoft, and my girl NVIDIA, all archived right here. The same theory as we were just looking at with the SPY. You get the same bars. It's looking a little different, but you get the same idea. I'm in NVIDIA right now to, I think I'm way out of the money at like 465, I think, for next Friday. Again, not as a target that has to be made, but it was real cheap, and I had low attention span, or I had low time available to me, and I saw something. I forgot where it is. I'm not even going to try and look for the sign, but I'm looking for an upward movement in NVIDIA. Still looking pretty good. The spot is right now at max pain. This is the archive here, but we have a trend coming up. We have a high call volume up ahead, also matches up with the absolute GEX, and once this momentum gets going, this can also be a magnet. It doesn't have to stop. It doesn't have to freeze right here. This is not a wall. It could go up to this, and being this is like the second highest, this could be another momentum play to bring us all the way up to the 440s. After that, this would be a hard line in the sand for me. This would be the last call mountain, or the call hill, but this is the last one. It drops off from there. Same thing with the GEX. It drops off from there. This would be, right now, a ceiling. But that could change. This is why it's a feed. This is why it comes in. This one comes in every, I think, 16 minutes. I think it's a little, yeah, it's a little different. It's every 16 minutes, or, yeah, every 16. But these are the top ones that people trade. He's always going to be adding more. So if you're looking at the universe now, the universe is always expanding. If you have a stock that you watch all the time, just suggest it, and we'll try to make it up the chain to try and get it on. It's not something that's, this isn't a static thing. And Bryant even, and he told me this, I hope he doesn't get mad at me repeating it. He created it for himself. His passion is in multiple things. One of them being cinematography, where he is right now filming in I'm not even gonna give you his location, but he's now filming there. So he wants to try and develop Quant Trading App to higher levels. And by doing that, he's gonna be more working on higher things. So even though, I mean, it's awesome when we get, he's always in chat too, don't get me wrong. He's in there more than I can imagine with all the things he's doing. But that's his goal, to keep developing it. And when he gets these developers on hand, you're going to see an even more incredible space to really just have a map. I mean, it's really like the difference between you using a GPS and a hand-drawn map. If you're visiting an area and someone, oh, you're going to go here and you're going to go right here and make a U-turn, and Then you're gonna get a dusty road where you're gonna have to get out and walk and use the bike. You get a GPS, and you don't need help from anyone else. You can just see it on your screen, and this is what it is. It really is the GPS of trading, and it changes, throughout the day. It's not one static thing. Like someone will give you a trade. Hey, listen, take NVIDIA to 600, or take NVIDIA to take puts on NVIDIA. How about just that? Just puts on NVIDIA. Oh, all right, I'll take a puts. I don't know where I'm going to get out. And then things change. He doesn't, or she doesn't update you with that change. You're on your own. So I want to teach and show everyone how to use this for yourself. Obviously, you can communicate with others and get insight and input, and they'll show you, hey, you know what? I've noticed that every time that NVIDIA has a large GEX positive and it's on the absolute GEX bar and the max pain is there, it's not always a wall. It's an attraction, but it usually pushes fast. All these little things that you might not pick up, someone else probably already did. And let's see what's going on in Gold Chat right now. And this is, people come in to help all the time. I've noticed from my about 4 months being here, BK Brown is really awesome. She does her own work and she shares it. This is a little joke. This is the data from the day, and it wasn't really, it was behaving, the market wasn't behaving. And I noticed that too. It wasn't really behaving with the data. Here's a question that people just type, circling it. What does this mean? A long put act as, and then someone can come in and answer it. I have this open throughout the day. I have no clients this week because I was supposed to be in a live-in inpatient physical rehab sports facility, and I skipped it because I'm doing a lot better. I'm walking around a lot more, so we skipped that. And should I click in the Zoom link or the YouTube? I don't think I gave you a Zoom link, yeah. Okay, I'm not even going to tell you what he's... Yao is a funny guy. I hope he can come in. I hope he makes it. He is he's on the other side of the world, so he's 12 hours different. And he trades... Okay, he's in. Yao, I met Yao in a server that we're going to be showcasing. It's a non-competitive to this one. Hold on. I met him in a server and was talking about GEX so much more than others. And when I approached him, I was telling him about this tool, and he was really in. So, excuse me, tea went down the wrong pipe. Always good. So GEX is one of these things that a lot of people have heard of recently, but don't really, it doesn't compute, it doesn't actually sink in. And this tool that is presented by QTA actually puts it on paper for you to understand, rather than just looking at a whole bunch of different numbers, right? These are all numbers. These bars represent options that people have placed. But if you look at an options chain, sometimes you really can't pick that up. You're trying to find the open interest. So here's a big one. This is 10. This is 9. This is 7. That's 8. Okay, so we have an increase here. This would be a large bar on the chart. This would be the second large bar. It's just more visual. And then taking that one step further, you take it to the levels. And again, anyone just joining, these levels are imported. You copy a script. At Sunday evening, you get the intra-weekly, right? And let's just show you how that's done. So this is the Discord here. We're going to go to the Quant Trading. I just clicked on that one. Here we go. Oh, that's right. It's on the website. So you can get to the website from here somehow, but I have the website open already. And it's on the left side here. Let's get to the home one. The dashboard and video classes. So also you have video classes. Brian will post some of his YouTube videos and some type of getting started, introductions, Anchor, the VWAP. But here we go. This is for Thinkorswim. Gives you an installation guide. It's fairly straightforward. There's a bunch of slides here. You click this button here, and then the next slide will show you what to do on step 2. Click Edit Studies, click Create, type in the name of the file, and then delete the first line of code. He shows you how to do that with hotkeys. You enter the new code, and you click OK for the new study. Now you should see the newly listed study here. Click OK to add to your chart. Now, everything is done correctly. Now you should see the study on your chart. These are the intraday levels. And click oh, this is step 1 again. So how you do it is you come to the weekly and intraday scripts. Again, Sunday night, every Sunday at 5 p.m. This is the click to copy the script, and you bring it to your 2S. And every day at 8:30, this is the intraday. You click to copy the script, and then it's in your charts. Same thing for TradingView. And if you don't have it, that's okay, because it is right here under charts. You can get the SPY, click on that, and this will populate similar chart that you'll see on your own. I use this one just because I'm always on the website, and I find it much easier to use it that way. Austin, whoa, what is going on, mob man? Blast from the past, sir. So this tool is really one of the ones that I found I'm really backing, I would say about 4. And this one is something completely unique and completely different. If you find yourself struggling reading charts and finding and struggling on entries and exits, this is the answer for you. It tells you where to enter, and it also tells you where to exit. Again, if you want to see a good entry point, you look for a retest of a level or a VWAP. This one being the weekly, this doesn't have the 2-day VWAP on it, but you could see the VWAP here being respected. It comes down, it tests it once, it bounces down. Where does it go? The very next level. So if you're a scalper and let's say you have an extraordinary amount of capital and you just want to play for the next 5 minutes, get in, get out, this is the tool for you to use. You could see here, it bounced twice off of the VWAP. There's okay, well, it touched it twice. Sorry, in the morning it opens, touched it, came away, came back, it touched it. This would be your entry. That would be your exit. You went from 426.46 all the way down to the previous volume level, which is 425. That's a $1.06 move. However much you have behind that, you could be set for the day. If not, if you want to play for a little more, okay, we coming back, we touched that level, we might take profit here. Came back, we touched again. Maybe you're thinking of adding more back into it. Came down, then we finally broke, and look, we break it and we retest it. It happens all the time. Not all the time. Wait. I have to remember to talk in not absolutes. So when I say like, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread, it just means it's very, very good. Or this is a guarantee to make you money. I would never say that, but it is very, very interesting to use. And try it. Paper trade it, whatever you want to do. But it breaks, it retests, and finally comes down, kind of retests again, but now comes down and almost kisses the previous put block level. And that would be your exit point. And this right here, and if you don't realize that this is a reversal candle, you need to email me, okay? We go over candles, we go over reversals, we go over entries and exits. But even if you don't know that, you just know, okay, this reached, it tried to get that level, it didn't get it, this would be the place to get out. And going back to the ones that I documented, this would be a buy here. We came down, almost touched it. Now we really got it. We're reversing, showed a reversal candle pattern here. This will be the buy. This is the retest of the VWAP. Then we fly up, and that would be sell. Even if a scalper came in, they missed this level, you could see here, we came away from it. We retouched the VWAP. This would be an entry point, and this intraday level would be the exit. And to follow up, just to show you that, because that could have been done afterwards, this one right here is the following one. We can buy at that intraday level where we sold, buy puts this time, set a target back to this one, and a second target there, and this would be the finishing touch there. This is where we got puts, and this is where we got out. That would be the first target. See what I'm talking about? It's it writes itself for you to follow. So you're not following someone's personal. Let me just see some of it. Oh man, Mr. Semi, it's now, sir. Mr. Semi was texting me what time is the session. It's now. Let's see. Uh-oh. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. If Mr. Semi's watching this on, no, you didn't miss it. He said, no. Come on in. All right, we're gonna get him in here, and share. Take a second. If you can if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That allows you to chat. There are a lot of bots and a lot of scammers that follow Quant Trading App because a lot of people respect it so highly, and if someone copies it, they'll trust it a lot more. And keep in mind, Bryant will never direct message you. I do, and until people start copying or scamming me, I'm going to keep doing it. And also, if it's anything important having to do with billing or something sensitive, do not trust it. No one will ever ask you for that. You'll be contacted directly. And also look out for the QTA moderators. That is a single username, but there's a few people. There's many of us that use it. That can be trusted. It's a different color and it can't be really copied. So, Mr. Semi. Oh my God, we started and still going. Come on in. All right. So the idea is that if you like, subscribe, and share, this would help out the algorithm, and it would really help me out too, because I really want to build up a base here and get a bare bones organic way to look at the market. Not really so much of I don't want to bombard you with so many strategies that you don't know which one to use. Just want to look at the most simple and straight up way to look at it. You want to look at levels that like this. This is, like I said, you can show this to a 12-year-old. Anyone who knows how to color and read a book and color within the lines. Okay, you want to color to this level, and then you want to color to this level. Levels, that's it. Levels, retest, and points of close and opens. Jeez. All right. We are live. All right. I really want to thank you guys for doing that, because it really does help out a lot. Well, the most things that help out the most is the comments in the. That's great, guys. Thanks a lot. 9 people watching, 8 likes. That's great. The comments, and leave me comments in the bottom. Tell me what you want to hear next time. We're going to be doing this right now for every week. I'm going to be back here Wednesday next week at 4:30, and I'll just go. I'm just going to keep going for. I don't know. I don't have any appointments this week because I was supposed to be in physical rehab inpatient. I didn't know what their setup was going to be, but I advanced so much I came home, so I'm free the rest of the week. I have no appointments scheduled, and if you have any questions at all, email me, stockdoc2k@gmail.com, and if you need assistance on the outside with options, we can do that. If you wanted to get into market direction, we could show you that. But again, if you don't need to or don't want to understand it, just follow this. I mean, this is beyond stock market teaching. Me and Bryant were having a conversation, and he's learned from his mentors that he's learned from, and I've learned from Wall Street itself. Plus, I've learned from an individual that taught himself and was like he called himself the whatever, the opposite of Wall Street or whatever, and learned the way he did it and the way other groups do it. And I don't want to mention any of them out loud just for certain reasons, but learning from so many different sources, and now we just have this. If I found this, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have needed to learn all of it. I would have liked to, because I really wanted to understand. And it's still good to learn because you want to see reversals that go beyond the levels. Like for this one on SPY, we dropped below the lowest level. And you could think, okay, if we drop below that level, we're headed to 2 sigma. Because, Doc said, if we break a level, look at the next one. Sometimes it works that way. And other times you'll see a reversal that happens in between. Just like this candlestick here. This is a clear sign of a reversal right there. Coming up, came back and tested this imaginary line. That would be an entry point right there. Even though it's not a level that you see, you could tell it's an imaginary line. We tested it once, came back, tested it again. That's a buy, and look what happened after, screaming up. The only resistance it saw, it went right through this VWAP, the regular VWAP that we all taught to use. That is the gold line. It's the line to know for trading. It broke right through that, and the only one it respected is the 2-day VWAP, which is, I can't say this enough. If just that tool alone was available, it'd be an amazing tool to have a 2-day VWAP. And look how much it got respected. Once, twice. And it cheated. It broke it overnight. And when the market woke up, basically, it said, I don't like that, and pushed it back down. And now we're on the bottom side testing it again until we broke it here with a nice big volume candle. My point is, if you have 5 other services, 10 other services, this one will be completely unique from the one you're using. The other ones might be similar. The only difference is there are different guys giving you different trading setups. And some people like butterflies, or some people stick with the Qs. I know there was one guy at Benzinga that worked, was another subscription service than the one I was involved with. He loved the Qs. So every trade you can expect to do the Qs. If you don't like the Qs, then you don't like to do that. Okay, man. What? Zoom. Okay. So here's the new plan. This was a session on YouTube that I wanted to get everyone into and kind of show you how to use it from A to Z. And as Mr. Semi was just saying, I don't want to come in at letter Y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a Zoom session, right? A Zoom session that's going to be more focused and narrowed down, where we can answer questions specifically and in a private manner. So if, you know what, I'm just going to post it right here. Where is the Zoom? How's the music? Good volume? Where's Carlos? Carlos, you're my producer, man. Carlos, I gotta, let me ask you guys something. Type the number 1 if you are not a QTA member yet. Type the number 1 if you're not a QTA member. I don't think there's many non-members in here, but I just want to try and get a feel for how many new people that we attracted. Oh, Carlos is Clo. Awesome, brother. Stroke, what's going on, man? How's the animals? And Peppa Yao. Hey, there's Yao. And my man Marcus. Fantastic. So, what I'm going to do is... No, I don't want to quit. I want to open... I'm going to post an invite here for... There's going to be a follow-up, basically, right? And here's the invite for it. Nope, that's not the right one. Don't click on that. Well, you can click on that. That will just be taking you to the sign up page. So that's actually good to post there. That is the link for the Zoom and everything. I'm muted, and the video, I'm muted and blank on the video right there. We're going to get into that in just a minute. But I also wanted to refresh you guys and remind you, you can join the QTA Discord and actually not, you can join in the public area. I'm not sure how to create an invite for that, but this is a invite to my Discord. It's free. It's just going to be a landing pad for my insurance clients and the people that I invest with, friends, clients, students, colleagues, partners, mentors, whatever it is. This is going to be a place where I'm going to highlight tools that I use, possibly do a, like a, not like a watch list, but, just like a setups that I'm looking at, maybe other people are looking at. Put it on a Sunday, or maybe set on a couple of alerts, something like that. So make sure when you guys sign on to the Zoom, just have yourself, I think I set it up to be muted when you sign in, as we're going to go into a little more of a detailed analysis of how to, and how I use the Quant Trading App, QTA. I'm going to say QTA from now on. I like calling it QTA, and I think that's what Bryant likes to, he's kind of pushing it towards that. It just sounds pretty cool. And this is not Quant Data, by the way. Do not get it confused with the quantdata.us company. That is a completely different entity, and I'm not going to speak either way on them, but we are not them. So whatever they are offering or whatever they do, that's not what QTA is and what that represents. No affiliation. That's what I say. So Yao and Stroke, Marcus, if you click on the Zoom link, we're going to get into a little more detail that I really couldn't get into in an open public arena. We can show you some real inner workings of it, as being a member, kind of take you through a walkthrough. And aside from that, if you guys have really, I see how many everyone seemed to have hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And leave a comment below. Once the video ends, it's going to be up here for, I guess, eternity, until Skynet takes over and erases everything. But anyway, hit that like, subscribe button. And I don't like to be on Twitter that much, but I'm probably going to create an account to kind of have that. So if you're on Twitter, that's good. And whoever wants to get on the Zoom, I'll see you guys there in a few minutes. I'm going to try and leave this up in the background, but I won't be on the YouTube here. We're going to switch it over to the Zoom and get it in, and kind of start from A, basically, for anyone that came in late, and go through it again. But if you guys have any questions on what we covered here today, reach out to me, stockdoc2k@gmail.com. The Discord is right there. Again, it's free to join. It's invite only. So if you guys want to invite other people, make sure that they're upstanding citizens. That they're seriously interested in trading. I do one-on-ones, and I do it with your value in mind. So I want to make sure you get it. If there's not something you get, we can stop and go back and do it. It's a tailored experience. It's not a course that you just watch and you ingest, and however you take it in, that's it. It's a back and forth. So it's like, Doc, I see what you did there, but how can I do that with just using calls? And we can answer that way. Today's episode is brought to you by English Breakfast. Very delicious. I highly recommend English breakfast tea. So excellent stuff, guys. I really want to see all of you there, and I really want to answer your questions. I understand that being an insurance agent, it makes more economical sense for me to do insurance, but I love teaching stock market to people, because this is what should have been taught to us in school. Something should have been taught to us to handle our own finances in our way, and to look at a chart like Let's see. Let's just pull up any random whatever's on here. I know this is messy, but I mean, to look at this without any type of drawings or charting or anything, let's get rid of this indicators. I see Neil's are in the Zoom. Neil is, I'm really excited. If you guys come to the Zoom, you're going to get a nice, you're going to get a nice insight. Neil, like I said, has taken to QTA like a fish to water. He's killing it. And to hear how he does it is going to be great. If he's comfortable with it. I'm not going to try and push anyone. So looking at a blank chart like this, we have a ship, and we got the crew, we have an experienced captain, and now we're just looking at the open water. We don't have any information on Gulf streams where you can sail faster. We don't have any information on wind direction where we can set our sails. We don't have any type of information on how to get to where we want to go. This is an open sea with maps, with indicators, with tools. We can make a decision. We can see that the SPY has double topped over here, and now we're in a type of a flag situation, and we could see that it created this cup right here, and this might be the handle to that cup. And learning now that we have a cup and handle pattern, we can probably highly lean toward more upside, and not even for the long haul, but even for the short term. As we can see, this pattern is in the trend, right? We looked at it naked, we might have not seen this pattern, but we have these lines now. Now our eyes can get adjusted. And remember that candle, that reversal candle that I showed you on the other map? This is a similar candle. It reached down here, it got rejected, and then we have this buying pressure up. What can we expect for the week ahead, or all the way up to the 20th or 26th? We can expect a move like this, and we can actually back test the angle of it to make sure it's a little more conservative. Right, so this is kind of close to that angle, but I don't want to go any more conservative. This one is it's a lower amount of degree, so we're actually giving it a little more. Actually, that matches up perfect right there. So let's just leave it like that. We can expect this move here. So if I was going to post a trade idea, this would be one of them. So I guess we're going over a trade idea right now. Right? We can expect this move because of the trend, because of this area of buyers that was in here. You know, we broke it, came back and tested it, came back, tested a little bit. This buying area should be probably a little bigger. I know I said it because I used information that happened back here, but we're just going to extend it now. So we're in the buying zone. Once the buyers get more momentum behind it, this should go up this way because of that candle, because of the trend, because of the buying zone. It's three confirmations. Then you can start cycling through your indicators. We can go to the rock. The rock is still pointing down. Pointing down does not mean pointing down does not mean it's going to go that way. But we want to see some type of reversal. The MACD, a lot of people think, is like a roller coaster that, okay, we came down this way, we came up, we have to finish more down. Not necessarily. You can look back and see that we have been a little lower than that, so we have a little more room to come down, but we want to stay, if you long SPY, we want to stay in the bullish territory. We're now in the bearish territory. Because we're in bearish territory, I'd hold off on that trade that we just spoke of. I'd hold off. I wouldn't get into this at 9:31 tomorrow. I'd hold off. I would want to wait for a commitment, right? And speaking of VWAPs, let's put this on here. Oh, we're on the daily. Sorry, we can't do it. How about the MAs? Okay, we'll shut everything but the MAs. All right, so we're below the 200 and, oh, this is the 60 and the 200. Why did I set it to 60? That had to be some other reason for another. All right, let's check the EMAs. Okay, here is the 180 EMA. EMA is the exponential moving average. Oh, this is the 200 for the MA. So we're using the 180 EMA as part of resistance. That's four. That's four confirmations of a bounce. And let's see how it treated the 180 EMA in the past. And everything is back testing. Okay, it broke it here. It came back up. So it's not really a point of respect, if that makes sense. I wonder how much we're delayed on this video. I think we're highly delayed, because I'm looking at the live feed, and that's actually like, that feels like 10 minutes ago. Something might be happening right now. Anyway, that's just a little insight on where you can try and tell for a market reversal. Even though this candle's screaming at us and we have 3 other confirmations of up, I'm still going to wait. I would want another confirmation. So something like this, if we came up, we came back, tested it, and we see another candle like that, then that would be confirmation of a higher move. So keep an eye on this. Let's see what happens with that. Again, we can confirm it. We can double check with the QTA. We're not, well, actually, yeah, I got a couple people waiting here. Neil and I think Mr. Semi was going to go over there. Yao, Stroke, Marcus, I encourage you guys, use that link to the Zoom. We're going to go over from A to Z in a little more of a concise pattern, but actually show you what it's like to be a member and how I wake up and look at the tools and get ready for the day. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming down. Thank you for hitting the like and hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it, because the subscribe helps block out the bots. There are some bots that come in here and they advertise some pretty sick stuff, and I want to keep that out. But yeah, we're going to do this again Wednesday. Mark your calendars. Wednesday, I think 4:30 is a good time. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The market closes at 4. We can get ourselves a good snack, a break, maybe an adult beverage. Come in and just relax, chill out. Carlos, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you being here. You were like my producer today. He helped me out when I was the music was too loud and I was muted for a little bit, and that's just getting back in the saddle talking. But definitely send me an email and comments what you guys want to go over. If you guys are always trading the oils like the XOM or the Chevron, we can go over that. We can also do sessions that are outside of tools, like we were just covering at the end with the market. Talk about the market direction, talk about specific stocks. I love talking about anything stock related. I was dating a girl one time, and really late night, we were both in bed, ready to go to bed, and she's like, I wonder what Tesla's going to do tomorrow. And I looked at her and I said, want to go over charts? She's like, I can always go over charts. We jumped out of bed. She got her laptop out of her bag, and we were already just going at it, on the charts at 2 a.m. and not going at, well, you know what I'm saying. Going over charts at 2 a.m. So don't feel like you're a bother at all. I'd love to help out. Again, if you need any help in any type of area, options, whether it be entries, exits, support, resistance, even doing a cash account, I teach that, and I love to do it, and I'd be amiss if I didn't bring it up and show you at the end what my course catalog looks like, just to give you an idea that it's not something you sign up for and you pay $2,000 and you have to learn every little thing. It's tailored, and they're in sections. It's compartmentalized. For that reason, I made courses. It's the fundamentals of trading, one-on-one sessions, tailored learning, not in a sea of others with 300 others. And some other people, we got 10,000 members here. And I don't know how everyone's, one-on-one is like, is a treat sometimes in some of these big places. But one-on-one is the basis of what I do, right? And we could start anywhere. The charts is where I believe everyone should start for. So if you know someone, or if yourself is just starting out, start at the charting package. This is the first, the 1 through 4A, 104B plus to I think it's 109 is a separate charting package that is written based on how this package is handled. So let's say you pick it up really quick and really easy. I know how to plan the second package for you. If you're good with charting but you're not really good with options, there's an options course, the 101 to 105. The charting, most of the courses average around like 350. If there's an issue, if there's a problem with budgets, I'm always flexible, but that's been the average of what people have paid. The options course is 450 because it's a little more in depth. There's a couple extra hours tacked on there, and there's a lot of conversation in between outside of the actual hours. And if you're coming, what I was saying before, I was talking about how 2020 was where the market exploded, and a lot of gamblers came in because there's nowhere to place bets on with sports. There's a gambler to trader course because there's a gambling mentality and there's a trading mentality. And there has to be a transition from that. So if you played Hold'em, Blackjack, 3-card poker, all those games, I love them. I love those games. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're taking that mentality of betting and, you know, increasing betting for this reason or that reason, it doesn't work with the market. So I need to transition that thinking into a trading mentality. Then there's the kick-ass account strategy. The name might be changed, but this is for someone with smaller budget that wants to allocate just a little bit. They're not ready to, trade with their savings. They want to have this as a hobby on the side, or just starting out. If you're just starting out, you're going to be under that 25K. You're under the PDT. It's the pattern day trading rule, right? That's it. I'm never going to win. I have the pattern day trade win. I can't do it. This is a way to use the cash account. You can protect your capital better because your stop losses are there, and once you take a profit, it's locked in. So you can't. And this also helps with the gambling side of it. You can't risk that money again. When you set a risk, you set that risk for that trade for that amount of money. When that wins, it gets pushed to the next day, and then that's it. You'll learn all about it when we get into it. You learn the discipline of winning. Winning might seem like an easy thing to do. Hey, I know how to win. I don't need to have discipline of it, but you do. A lot of times when people win, they give it all back. And if this is something that's happened to you, you know what I'm talking about. You'll have a great trade, you'll be up, and you'll see an opportunity, you go into it, and now you're not setting your risk the same. You think you have house money. There is no such thing as house money. It's your money. It's my money, I want it now. But house money is your money. You should protect every dollar as if it's the first dollar you put into the market. If you win $1,000, that $1,000 is yours. That's not house money. That's not free money to throw around and play in a random stock. Sure, it feels easier because you just won it, but it's yours. That's your earned money. So there's disciplines of winning. You take a step back. We'll go over that. Then this leaves room for mistakes. I had a great interview with Lisa Gorbax, who's a professional GPA, LPGA, former champion of golfing. She taught me she plans mistakes when she plays a course. She said, okay, hole 7 is going to be a problem there. I'm going to give myself an extra stroke on that one. And she'll plan that out and say, that one's a par 3. I can do that in par 2. So she'll plan it out, right? You got to leave room for mistakes because mistakes happen. If you plan for them, it's easier. Like an emergency kit at home. If you plan for a hurricane or you plan for a power outage, it doesn't sting as much as if you're not planned. And we'll go over exits and entries. That's really a course that for everyone I think can take. And there's also one other one. It's a refresher. It's an intensive. It's 240 minutes. I know it sounds crazy, but we'll break it up in sessions. So this is also something to keep in mind. Along with that tool, you have the QTA tool and another one that I'm really excited to present that's coming out. But let's get it up. It's going on to 6:30 right now. I did plan on ending at 6 or 6:30. And if you came in late, again, hit that link there. It's the Zoom link, and I will post it again if something happened to it. Let's see here. All right, we got 4 people in here now, so I think I'm going to move it over to Zoom. This is nope, that's the Discord. All right, fine, I'll post that too. This is the second time I did that. This is the Zoom link. I'm going to slide over there now. We have a nice small group in there, and that was my intention. And this is going to be a free open chat, right? So respect others. If someone else is talking, try not to interrupt. But I hope to see you guys all there, and thank you for coming down. I'm going to try and leave the chat open, and I'm going to try and stop sharing the screen if I can do that. That would be a first time. Let's see. So again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. And I'll see some of you in Zoom. Peace.